What's up, folks? Ever had YouTube mess with your vibe? I hear ya. We're about to take a deep dive into my journey. You know, there was a time when YouTube was my constant companion, a friend I couldn't seem to shake off, but soon it started to feel more like a clingy partner, controlling my time, my mood, even my thoughts. It was a wild ride, folks. If you can relate, stick around. I've got a story to tell. One day it hit me. I was just existing, not really living a reality check, you know? It was a moment that felt like a glass shattering, a sudden realization that my life had been revolving around YouTube. I was spending hours upon hours every day, soaking up content, getting lost in the endless rabbit holes of recommendations. It wasn't that the content was bad. On the contrary, there were many videos I enjoyed, some I even learned from. But the sheer volume, the constant barrage of information, the insatiable desire to click just one more video, it was draining. It was as if I had lost control, as if my days were dictated by the rhythm of YouTube's algorithms rather than my own desires and needs. I was, in essence, living on YouTube's terms, not my own. My free time, my energy, even my thoughts were being consumed by this relentless digital beast. And the worst part? I didn't even realize it was happening. Until that one fateful day when the realization hit me like a bolt from the blue. I was not living my life. I was merely existing within the confines of YouTube's world. I was like a ship adrift in the ocean, carried away by the currents of YouTube's recommendations with no direction, no purpose, no control. I was lost in the sea of content, disconnected from my own reality, my own life. The more I thought about it, the more I realized how much of my life I had surrendered to YouTube. It was a sobering, even shocking realization. But as the saying goes, the first step towards solving a problem is recognizing there is one. And I had taken that first step. I had woken up to the fact that YouTube was taking up too much of my life. I had acknowledged the problem, and now it was time to do something about it. Viktor Frankl once said, "When we can't change a situation, we're challenged to change ourselves." And that's exactly what I decided to do. I couldn't change YouTube, but I could change my relationship with it. And so my journey towards reclaiming my life from YouTube began. So how did I bounce back? It wasn't a walk in the park, but it started with a decision. It was a typical Tuesday, or maybe it was a Wednesday. Doesn't really matter. What matters is that it was a day just like any other. A day when I realized that something needed to change. I was caught in a loop, a constant cycle of videos, one after another, mindlessly consuming content without really digesting it. I was watching life pass by on a screen while my own life was on pause. And that's when it hit me. It was time for a change. I knew I couldn't just flip a switch and go from being a YouTube addict to a Zen master in a day. It wasn't about that. It was about making a decision, a conscious choice to take control of my time and my mind. It was about deciding to be present in my own life, not just a spectator. So I started with baby steps. I began by setting limits on how much time I would spend on YouTube each day. I swapped out some video. Time for reading, for walks in the park, for real conversations with friends and family. Did I miss YouTube? Of course I did. It's hard to break free from something that's been such a big part of your life. But every time I felt the urge to go back, I reminded myself of why I decided to make this change. I reminded myself that I was more than just a consumer of content. I was a creator of my own life. And that's what kept me going. The decision to reclaim my time and my mind wasn't just about cutting down on YouTube. It was about making space for the things that truly mattered. It was about choosing to live, not just exist. And here's the thing, folks. It wasn't an overnight thing, but those baby steps counted. Every small decision, every little change was a step towards a healthier, happier me. It was a journey, not a destination. But it all started with a decision to change, and that's what made all the difference. I want you on this ride with me. We'll chat about what worked, share stories, and build a squad. Now, you might be wondering, what does this journey look like? Well, it's a path of self-discovery, where we take control of our time and mind, where we say no to YouTube's constant pull, and yes to living our lives more fully. In my experience, the first step is to acknowledge the issue. Think of it as a light bulb moment when you realize that something's got to give. For me, it was when I couldn't remember the last time I'd done something productive or fulfilling that wasn't on YouTube. That's when I knew I needed to change. The next step is to make a plan. It could be as simple as setting a specific time for YouTube and sticking to it, or as complex as finding new hobbies to replace the time spent on the platform. The key is to be intentional and realistic with your goals. Remember, baby steps are still steps forward along the way. There will be setbacks. There will be times when you'll want to revert to old habits, but that's okay. It's all part of the journey. The important thing is to not let these setbacks define you. Instead, use them as learning opportunities, as stepping stones to a better you. And finally, remember that you're not alone. This journey is one that many of us are embarking on. So let's share our stories, our struggles, and our victories. Let's support each other, learn from each other, and grow together. So are you ready to take the leap to reclaim your time and mind, to embark on this journey of recovery? Because I sure am, and I can't wait to see where this journey takes us. As Desmond Tutu once said, "My humanity is bound up in yours, for we can only be human together." So let's be human together, let's embark on this journey together, and let's see where it leads us. Because together we're stronger, together we can overcome anything. So if YouTube's been a bit of a bother to your well-being, know you can flip the script. This is not about bashing YouTube, it's about regaining control. It's about deciding what role YouTube, or any digital platform for that matter, plays in your life. It's about moving from being a passive consumer to an active participant in your own life. You see, it's easy to get caught up in the endless scroll, the autoplay, the recommendations. But remember, you're the boss. You decide when to click, when to watch, and more importantly, when to stop. And here's the thing, folks, you're not alone in this. We're all navigating this digital labyrinth together. I've been there. I've felt the overwhelm, the burnout, the digital fatigue, and I'm here to share my journey, my strategies, my insights, and to hear yours. So let's make this a two-way street. I want to hear from you. What are your strategies for managing your YouTube habits? What are your challenges, your victories, your insights? Let's make the comment section below a space for mutual support, shared wisdom, and collective growth. And while we're at it, let's make this a regular thing. Hit the subscribe button and join this tribe. Let's define our digital lives together. Let's learn from each other. Let's inspire each other. Let's create a community that thrives on mutual support, shared wisdom, and collective growth. And remember, it's not just about bouncing back. It's about rocking it. It's about taking control, making conscious choices, and living the life you want on your terms. It's about not just surviving in this digital age, but thriving in it. So go ahead, flip the script, take control. Share your story, hit subscribe, let's do this together. Because together we're not just bouncing back, we're rocking it. Thanks for hanging out, for being part of the journey. Remember, your story isn't about the struggles, but the guts to tackle them. It's about the courage to face the challenge, to stare it down and say, "You don't own me." It's about the audacity to reclaim your time, your mind, your life from the clutches of distraction. It's about the bravery to say no to the noise and yes to the music of your own soul. In the grand tapestry of life, each thread is woven with purpose. Each knot is an opportunity for growth. Each color a testament to our resilience. We are not alone in our victories. We are a community, a squad, a family. Let's continue to uplift each other, to share our stories, to shine a light on the path for those who are still finding their way. So, until we meet again, remember, you are the author of your own story. You wield the pen, you decide the plot, you choose the characters, you craft the ending. So make it a good one. Until next time, keep it real, stay resilient, and stay true to your path. Bye.